Odyssey. My name is Jermaine Long, and I am a servant of the Most High God. I really appreciate you all for coming along, and as always, enjoy the journey. Today's topic is no guarantees. And my support scriptures for this is Proverbs chapter 13, verse 18 and verse 22. And I want to start with them out of order. The first chapter 22 reads, "A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of a sinner is laid up for the just." And verse 18 reads, "Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuseth instructions, but he that regardeth reproof shall be honored." Okay. And I'm reading these two out of context because, as we all know, or if you're just tuning in, I have two young men, and I regard them, I hold them in high regard because this is the legacy that I would leave after I'm gone. And I'm trying to pour as much into them and put them in the best environment for safety, for success, for growth that I can possibly put them in. And so we all are trying to leave our children something. And so the whole thing is what are we going to leave them? And some will leave a house, some will leave cars, but most will leave debt. You can look around, you can see, as families die here and out, going forward, you see this person, and that person pop up, and at the end of the day, it's a GoFundMe. So what are we leaving our children? And that's big. We can't have generational wealth, or we can't move forward in life if we keep leaving debt. But how do we get to that point? Even if we have a little, how do we get to that point? And to get back to the scripture, because I don't want to leave out how good these are, or how good these have been for me to gain this understanding. It says, "A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children." So I'm working hard, and I know whatever that I create here, this can be passed down. But how does it get passed down? Right? It only gets passed down if the children that I am teaching and I am raising here are able to maintain, function properly, and handle the business. So with that first part, we go right back to, verse 18, where it says, "Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuseth instructions." Now, I don't know about y'all, but I know about my children. Sometimes, they have hard heads because their father has a hard head. I don't get it. God has told me many a times to do a thing and I haven't done it. And that has caused problems in my life. So me telling them to do something, I understand exactly why they're not doing it. I understand exactly the real rebellion that is in their heart. And you may have come across some of these same things. I don't know. It may just be me. But if you understand what I'm saying, that is the key to all of this. Poverty and shame will be to him that refuses instructions. Trying to get our children to understand it is in their best interest to listen and move forward as a collective unit is the whole thing that I've been trying to teach them while I'm here on this island. We're all individuals at a certain point, but for us all to move forward on one accord is the main thing that we as fathers are trying to teach our son, because it's hard to work alone, and most of us have to work alone to get to where we are trying to go. And that is the importance of a family unit, because me having sons, even though I'm not as capable as I once was, to lift and to do and to move freely because of an injury from the military, I have these young men that I'm imparting my knowledge on, and I am teaching them and showing them and telling them how to do things in the most efficient manner, how to be responsible for the things that they have, how to, be attentive and understanding to the environment in which they find themselves in and the elements that they have surrounded themselves in. So it is, I say a lot of these words just to get you to understand that we have to pour into our children the maximum extent possible, because, at the end of the day, if they don't receive these instructions properly, if they refuse the instructions that's given, at the end of the day, when my life has ended, poverty and shame is coming to them because they don't have the right work ethic. Just like I had said in the previous messages about sparing the rod, the man has to be the one who is disciplining and guiding the young men, because if a son is not disciplined properly, he will never be able to accomplish the things that he needs to accomplish as a man, growing and being ready to shelter the responsibility of taking on a family. And so these things are very important, knowing that, if we don't get this right, this is why the time needs to be taken. This is why, having this a family unit with a mother who can nurture, that are attentive to the children, because the children are not going to tell me as their father everything, because I'm not going to have pity on them. But they need someone they can go to that could hear them and could understand and empathize and smooth things over when I am not in the right mindset or space to have that understanding. So, I'm hoping you guys are understanding what I'm saying. And if you do understand what I'm saying, please respond down in the comments. I would love to hear your opinion. And hey, I know my opinion may not be valid in your eyes, but, this is just where God is leading me this morning. And so as I continue on with verse 22, it says, "And the wealth of a sinner is laid up for the just." We're all sinners. We're all sinners. And the only way we can have this wealth laid up for our children is to follow the Most High God, because he will bless that wealth. And hopefully he will bless our children with the understanding necessary to continue this wealth and not end up in poverty or in shame for the decisions that they have made. Right? And so it says, but he, we're back at verse 18, but he that regardeth reproof shall be honored. So when we pass on, if our kids can regain that knowledge that we've passed down, right? If they can accept the discipline that we've given them, if they can accept the correction that we've given them, if they can accept the instructions that we've given them, they'll be honored. And then their children's will inherit the wealth that we have passed on throughout the generations, and not, be subject to, begging or asking or borrowing. And I'm not throwing any shame or anything upon those that have to reach out, because I understand the times we are in. But this is for the people who understand me, and the people that understand the importance of the family unit and the responsibilities of the family unit into the future generations. So family, I appreciate you for listening. And as always, enjoy the journey.